So you might be trying to go ahead and buy your next Android phone. Now I'm going to make kind of a short little buying guide, the things that I typically look out for whenever I'm buying my next Android phone. Now the first thing I do is figure out which specific phone that I want to buy. If it's a phone that's already available, if it's available in the brand new market, it's pretty easy. You just see what's going on in the brand new market. If they're selling like crazy, if there's no sales, well then I'll go ahead and kind of see minus couple $100 from its main price tag. And then that's kind of what I'd recommend starting with in the used market. Now, if you have a specific budget, let's say you have like a couple $100 to spend, well, in that case, you have to figure out and whittle your way down to whichever specific phone you want to go ahead and buy. I can't really help you there. Well, I actually can if you look through all my past other videos I made on all these other phones. Maybe that'll help you, but hopefully you already have a phone in your head that you actually want to purchase. Now, there's a few different ways you can purchase a used Android phone. For one, there's some cell providers, cell carriers that can sell older phones, used phones, or even certified refurbished phones. So if you want to go down that direction, you always have that option. There's lots of cell providers like Samsung, probably OnePlus, and some other manufacturers that do sell refurbished phones as well. So if you want to buy a refurbished used phone, which is basically a phone that was sent back to Samsung, they fixed up and then resold, it's almost like a brand new phone, you can also buy one of those from those developers or those manufacturers, or you can buy it in the used market, which includes things like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and those types of websites. Now, once you do have a phone, let's say we're trying to buy a Samsung Galaxy S21. Well, the next thing that you need to do is figure out which storage capacity you need to buy. I think for some phones, they only come in one, but if they come in multiple ones, try to see which specific phone, storage you want. And this is the big one. Make sure you're buying a phone for your cell provider. If you have AT&T, don't go and buy a Verizon phone unless you know what you're doing or it's an unlocked phone. If you have T-Mobile, don't buy an AT&T phone. Same exact thing. Unless the phone is unlocked, make sure you're buying the specific phone for your cell provider. Now, the other thing, when you're going through and searching through these websites, which specific phone you want to buy, there's a few things to look out for. 1, the price tag, how much it's being sold for. 2, the condition of that phone. And 3, accessories. So for 1, the price tag of that phone. If a Samsung Galaxy S21 is being sold for $1,500 right now, there's no point in even looking at that because clearly the S21 is now worth $1,500. It wasn't even worth $1,500 when it first came out. So you have to kind of get a gauge of how much these phones are selling for. If you go on eBay and if you go on completed listings and sold items, you will actually get a decent idea of how many phones and how many phones are being sold, but also the price tag of those phones that were sold. So I would probably recommend going through and looking at those because that will give you a great idea of which phones have sold for what price tag. For Galaxy S21, I would say less than $300, probably even less than $200 in some types of conditions. So I would go ahead and look through all those different phones available. And once I find one in decent price, what I would do, I wouldn't buy it just yet. I would look through the description, I would look through the photos 1,000 times, making sure there's no scratches, cracks, or whatever things that I don't expect on that phone. And also, if they do give the serial number or any information about it, I would probably recommend running that IMEI number or that serial number against in the public swap as IMEI checker or whatever, or some other IMEI checker, and making sure that phone actually isn't stolen or is not owed payments on or anything like that either. That is a big thing that can happen. And that's a massive thing I'd recommend doing. I've been scammed like that before, and hopefully you don't have to go through it because it's a very, very annoying thing. Now, on top of that, another big massive thing is the condition of the accessories. So are there accessories with that phone? If there are, then what I'd recommend doing is, that will change the price tag a little bit. If there's cases, if there's like chargers, anything like that, there's always going to be, things that you can probably get if you just ask them. If they don't come with chargers, you might just ask them, hey, do you have chargers? They might say, yeah, and they may just give it to you for free. So it's another thing I probably recommend kind of keeping an eye out for. And finally, before you buy that specific Android phone, double check all the pictures again and double check everything and try to see if they will take less money. If not, then just buy it. But if they are willing to negotiate, that's a really cool thing. Now, once you get that phone delivered to your hands, you need to look through that phone 20 times over. Look through every single little thing. Make sure the software works. Make sure put in your SIM card or your eSIM and make sure you're able to go and activate it. Go through everything. Try to update that phone, download applications, use it. Keep it on for like an hour. Make sure nothing goes crazy. Things can happen all the time, and random little things, random issues can even happen after they ship it off. So just make sure there's no problems with your device. And as soon as you get that device in your hands, you're pretty much good to go. So that's actually kind of a quick little buying guide on how I pretty much buy used Android phones. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.